Soy Eddie Warman y estamos de regreso siempre en 88.9 y ahora después de no haber ido en los 2 últimos años a esquiar a Vail, me siento a platicar con Rob Katz, que es el director general de Vail Resorts en milésime. Él ha venido a México a platicarnos un poco de la nueva temporada, de lo que viene para Semana Santa, cómo va a estar el show en Vail y los diferentes resorts que tiene Vail Resorts, así como prepararse para la temporada de diciembre. Sabe, Vail es uno de mis lugares preferidos. Año con año he ido a esquiar, excepto los 2 últimos años. El año antepasado fui a esquiar a Utah, a Park City, también un resort de Vail ahí, y este año me fui a la playa. I was saying, Rob, thank you very much for your time. I was saying that this year is probably the only one or the few one that I didn't go to ski, because every year at the end of the year and every year on Easter or Semana Santa, I used to go to ski to Vail. Last year before, I went to Park City to ski, and this year I decided I wanted to go to the sun, so I went to Cancun. But now I'm ready to go to ski in Semana Santa and probably on December and New Year's to Vail Resorts, or to Vail, or to Beaver Creek, or to Utah, or to Keystone, or to which are the other? I forget. Those
Heavenly, North Star, Kirkwood, exactly. Absolutely, Breckenridge.
Exactly.
We have many things to choose from.
But if I ask you to convince me, why should I go to spend my vacations again to Vail? You should tell me what's new.
Absolutely.
And what's going on there?
We just have for this season, really some amazing things happening. First of all, the most important thing is that every year we spend huge amounts of money, millions and millions of dollars, to upgrade everything, to keep everything fresh, to add new lifts, to add new restaurants, to add new stores and shops. So every time that somebody comes back, they see something new, they see something different. That's critical. That's what guests want to see when they come back. For this year, we've got the World Alpine Ski Championships that's happening starting on February 2nd, going through February 15th. And that's just like the Olympics, just for alpine skiing. And so some incredible races obviously are going to happen. But beyond that, it's an amazing party with tons, literally, all the ski teams. It's not just the athletes that come, tons of fans from around the world, just like for the Olympics, the Italians, the French, the Swiss, the Austrians, all come and set up shop and have amazing parties. So that's one of the big things certainly happening this year. Decimo. Decimo is our new on-mountain nightclub. One of the things that we heard from our Latin American guests is that we need to add nightlife, right? More nightlife options to Vail. And so we put an amazing club, an amazing discotheque right in the center of the mountain.
Really? Where is it located?
Really, right at the top of the gondola from Vail, so it's at 10,500 feet.
Where it was a restaurant 10.
It is exactly there. So during the day, it's a lunch restaurant that people can eat at, and then at night, from 10 p.m. to 2 in the morning, it's a club. And so it's tons of nightlife, top DJs from around the world, and it's been a huge hit, huge success so far. So that's new this year. We also heard from our Latin American guests that they want to be able to ski longer. They don't want to get up so early. They want to get up later in the day, have lunch later in the day, and then ski later.
That's Latin American.
Yes, Latin American. And so later in the, so once we get to spring in Semana Santa, the Vail's going to be open until 5:30. So
really?
Again, giving people more time to ski and more time to spend on the mountain. It's just really, I think, Vail and Beaver Creek have built this incredible connection with the Mexican market, and it's over 20 years of constantly listening to what people here want and then trying to do what we can to provide it.
That's correct. When I was a child, or very young, I used to hear from the Bravermans about the Vail trips. No, so it was everybody. It was like the best. Everybody wanted to go with them to ski, and they became very, very important in the promotion of Vail and snow. Now there are a lot of ways to make your reservation and to decide about hotels. You have Expedia, you have TripAdvisor, but the great advantage of reserve through one of these travel companies is that you get, for example, the Epic Pass, or you get the snow passes, right?
Absolutely. So one of the things that we did a few years back was we wanted to provide our guests with an incredible value and in return get loyalty. So we've given people this Epic Season Pass, and what it is for $700 you can ski all season long, no restrictions, holidays, Christmas, Easter, President's Week, all of the holidays. And given, that it pays for itself in 4 to 5 days, it means if you come back for a second vacation or a longer trip, you're skiing for free. And that's been incredibly popular with our guests in Latin America and particularly in Mexico. And so it's really a unique thing. For everyone who buys one of those passes, those are our most satisfied guests. They ski more than people who don't. They really, I think, can enjoy their vacation in a whole different way. Because if you're buying your lift ticket every day, it's a hassle. You don't want to think about it. Once you have your whole season paid for, people really appreciate that. Mexico is our #1 international market for season pass sales.
More than the Brazilians and
more than the Brazilians,
more than Argentinians and Australians.
Yes, and Venezuelans and Colombians. Yes, Mexico is our #1 market.
What's new in technology? You said there were a lot of investment in Vail Resorts. In the different 10, 7, how many resorts are?
11.
11. Which one got the latest investment?
Well, I would say for last season, Breckenridge, we opened up in a whole new area of terrain called Peak 6. So it was about 900 acres of terrain, an amazing expansion, and really was a real game changer for Breckenridge. So last year, that was one of the biggest stories that we had. The biggest story going forward, though, is going to be Park City and Canyons, because in the last 2 years, our company bought Canyons and then bought Park City, and we're going to be connecting them. So we're going to spend the money to both connect them, upgrade their restaurants, upgrade their lifts. It's going to be $50 million of investment. It's the most that's ever been spent on a ski resort in a single season. And it will be the largest resort in the United States. And Park City, it is an amazing ski town.
It is.
And really enjoyable. The heritage and the mining, theme that everybody has, and the real, the history of it.
And people is very friendly.
Very, very friendly. It's got a real West Coast connection. So a real connection, certainly to Los Angeles and San Francisco. Right now, they have the Sundance Film Festival going on in Park City. It's obviously one of the top film festivals in the world. So as we look to next year, Park City and Canyons is going to be the biggest single investment we make.
And what's going to happen with the third resort in Park City? Are you going to dynamite them or what?
No. We have a lot of respect for Deer Valley. They're a terrific resort,
that's very political.
No, we are gonna. You know what? We're gonna provide. Our job has nothing to do with Deer Valley. Our job is to make Park City Canyons even better. And that gets our juices going, so we really know how to continually increase and improve the experience.
Let's think that you have been like 10 or 20 years skier from Vail Resorts, exactly, from Vail Village, or Vail and Beaver Creek. But now you have the opportunity to go to the other resorts. Which one would you decide? If you are a good skier, you are used to Vail Village, that you know very well restaurants, and you go every year to Pepe's, and every year to La Tour, and every year to Kelly Lyken,
Sweet Basil.
Exactly. But you want the change. Where do you go? Which one would be?
I think I would say Park City. So I think that is, if you want to try something different, I think Park City will provide an experience that's very similar to Vail. The skiing's going to be incredible. The skiing in Canyons, which is now going to be part of Park City, is very challenging. So if you're a good skier, you'll really enjoy that. But even for people who are not great skiers, Park City has terrific intermediate and beginner terrain. And the restaurants, the quality of the restaurants, the quality of the hotels, all very, very good in Park City. So that certainly would be my recommendation. After that, I'd say probably Breckenridge. Just, for another Colorado experience and a little bit more of a historic, town that really dates back hundreds of years in Colorado. But if you want real huge nightlife, gambling, casinos, obviously heavenly in Lake Tahoe.
And let me say that basically in Utah, it's not true that you cannot drink. It's
no,
not
you
true
can drink.
that you cannot enjoy. It's not true that you cannot go to party. It's as every resort in the world, you can enjoy the snow and nightlife. That's
yes,
right?
Absolutely. And in Park City, I think that's a lot of people have that misperception because of Utah. But Park City has always been different. And certainly right now, I mean, when you have all of Hollywood right now is in Park City for the Sundance Film Festival, and there's no question that there's plenty of nightlife during that film festival, and that's certainly present throughout the whole season.
Tell me about South America. What are the plans there?
We're not expanding into South America, if that's what you're asking.
Yes, it's not true that you were buying the ski resort at Las Leñas or Colorado Valley?
No, I think we have a terrific partnership with Las Leñas, with Portillo, with Vail Nevada. I mean, Vail Nevada, all of them. I think but right now, no, we're not. We're focused on in the northern hemisphere, but just creating good partnerships, good relationships with the resorts in South America.
And the European one?
European is, maybe one day. I think our company has certainly an interest in having a resort in Europe, having a resort in Asia and Canada. We really feel like our company, will be the first global ski company.
Canada was my next question. I was talking about Whistler, for example.
Well, there's, that's a big one, yes, in Canada, but there are other resorts as well. We're always on the lookout for ways that we can add to our portfolio, but we're very patient. We want to make sure we get the right resorts. We've never sold a ski resort, so anytime we buy something, it stays in our family for a long time.
It means that what Mexicans spend in Vail, it's affordable. It's a good business, no? Because you can spend it too much.
Yes, that's right.
What's new in Tahoe?
In Tahoe, we have, each of the resorts in Tahoe have unique things. And I would say in Heavenly, one of the things that we're really focused on is nightlife. And obviously the casinos provide that. But one of the things that we've been able to do is on the mountain, we run something called Unbuckled. And so it's essentially an après party at the top of the gondola, kind of like Decimo in Vail, except that it runs from about 3 in the afternoon till 7 or 8. So it's one of the best après parties with DJs, with the Heavenly Angels, which are kind of girls who dance and really get the party going.
I love them. I love to be there.
And then North Star is kind of like the Beaver Creek of Tahoe. So very family oriented, very high-end service. It's got a Ritz-Carlton hotel. In Beaver Creek, when you're done with your skiing, you get to the bottom and we give you chocolate chip cookies, fresh baked chocolate chip cookies. And in North Star, when you ski to the bottom at the end of the day, we give you s'mores, which are marshmallows, chocolate on a graham cracker. And so very, very, kind of high-touch service, family-oriented. And then Kirkwood is really high alpine, kind of untouched skiing. So Kirkwood is a little bit more for the expert skier, somebody who's very good, wants to really be challenged. But it's got some of the best vistas and best snow in Tahoe.
Well, that's a lot of information, Rob. Thank you very much for your time.
You're
Thank
very
you
welcome.
very much for being in Mexico. I hope to see you soon. Probably I can see you soon in Vail.
Absolutely.
Probably I will go in March or Semana Santa or even in December.
Great.
So probably we can ski together.